at the Evanescence. And I'm sorry it doesn't hit the same anymore if you're one of my 5 or so viewers or something like that. I'm not gonna have my card for now. I'm gonna get it in a couple of weeks, but besides that, let's move on to the real meat of the video, all right? How to maximize your situationship if you're in one. Say you're on the loser end where you're more or less just being the one who's getting left on red and stuff like that. You're not gonna be able to maximize your situation that much, but if you're on the winning end or the big leagues and stuff like that, there are a lot of ways you can maximize your situations besides, getting what you want, whatever it be relationship-wise or, sexually. And I'm here to, talk about that today. Oh, it feels so freaking awkward being here, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, the point is become better for other situations, other relationships and stuff like that. That's the point of everything, all right? So what's the point of saying, oh shoot, it's bad to maximize your situationship. It's bad to use your situationship for things and stuff like that. We use people on a daily basis, do we not? Do we not? We use our friends as a transactional means to emotionally regulate us sometimes. So for one, you can network, okay? Not gonna lie, you can really get your way into the working field. Like, more ways than one. This person that you're talking to could make your career skyrocket, okay? What the hell, why is there a vacuum? Okay, so for one, all right, what you're gonna do, okay, is whenever you're introduced to their friends, all right, try to be as communal as possible, all right? Don't just sit there like, don't just sit there like a walking, talking stick, okay? You're gonna actually have to communicate, okay? You're gonna ask, hey, what do you do? Hey, what's your major? They say engineering, okay? Okay, engineering. Yeah, I'm also in engineering too. What do you know about engineering? Have you done any work? Have you done any internships and stuff like that? Or do you know anything about Lockheed Martin? Do you know anything about Peter Thiel? Boom. Now, we're in the big leagues. You're in the big dogs. You're one of the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? You're really up there. Just know if he or she ever says, you want to meet my friends or something like that, do not see them as apprentices. See them as colleagues. All right? See them as LinkedIn partners. All right? The more bro, have like 5 situationships and stuff like that. Set up a meeting where you can meet each of their friends individually or something like that, and then boom, you can get to network, and then boom, what do you get? 500 new LinkedIn followers. Oh my gosh, Atlassian's gonna love that. Palantir's gonna love that. They're gonna be LinkedIn's new shining star. Another thing you can do, to maximize your situationship is gain new hobbies, all right? Say you like playing guitar, and they show off the guitar in front of you, trying to impress you. Ask them, how do you play this song? All right, just start with a song. You know what I'm saying? They teach you the song, and boom, you're learning new chords. All right, next thing you know, you're gonna be the Beatles. Okay, start with just learning. Start with just like learning about them. Actually, like delve into them, like somehow get to know a lot about them, and boom, people who you think are not so special because you're on the winning end are actually very very special. Actually have very very real quirks that you can develop for yourself, and then boom, what does that make you? A more interesting person. And what does that do? Get you new hugs. Get you new situations, get you more relations and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I'm rhyming. I was trying to make up new rhymes at the spot, but obviously, that doesn't work. But you're gonna be like the freaking Thanos with Infinity Stones. You're gonna be going. Third thing, all right, when it comes to dates, you can learn about more free spots in your city and stuff like that. Say you're new to a city and say you're new to a certain location, all right? You just moved in, get some relations and stuff like that, get some situationships, get some people, get some hooks on Hinge or whatever, and then boom, set up these dates where they can set up dates, or maybe you can set up dates where it's like, what's interesting in the city? Where can I go to find, great food spots? Where can I go to, find good bars or something like that? Boom, you instantly know every single spot, all right? Or you're gonna become like Nami, the navigator. You know everywhere. You know everything about everywhere. You know everything about everyone. All right? Networking. Okay? New skills. Okay? New awareness of your city. These are things you could get with just being with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that because I can't think of anything else. All right? And that's kind of a problem with how I was indoctrinated by social media, but I don't mean to call women has. And that really all just comes down to talking to new people, getting to know more people. All right, the more people you know, the more you absorb. This is just what you do with friendships and stuff like that. This is the thing is, like with situationships and relationships and stuff like that, you're treating them like it's like a higher echelon than being with friends. All right, when really that of course you can feel that. When it comes to that, of course you have to have the feeling where it's like you're feeling gooey inside, But just know that you can utilize these relationships for a lot more, like you do friendships. All right, I'm not saying that you're overvaluing relationships and stuff like that. Relationships could be overvalued, all right, but just don't get to the point where it's like, oh shoot, I can't take advantage of these situations with other people I'm in relationships with, like I can with people I'm in friendships with. All right, in the end, your wife is your best friend. Why do you think people say that? All right, that's just the point I'm getting across. And besides improving yourself when it comes to situationships, another thing you can do is make up new identities up on the spot. All right, you do realize you can be like different types. You can be a whole different type of person to someone else, and a whole other type of person to another. All right. right? You can be Batman to someone else, and then you can be like someone who needs a Dommy mommy to another. You know what I'm saying? You can mix and match these type of things. It can be different identities, and you can just play around with that. All right, and it's not manipulation. Is because of the fact that, oh shoot, you're not letting you know the real you. Who do you really know? All right, and this may be like a logical fallacy on my part, but who do you really know? Okay, who do you really? Who's not putting on a mask? Okay, it's just the fact that maybe you can maybe with these type of people you can maximize your situationship. You know, it's a thing where you can just like mix and match your personality based on how you see fit, and then boom, for your next relationship, you know what to do. Boom, for your next your next move, your next big game, you know how to play. It's like football, what is it called? You change up your tactics and stuff like that. You're like Pep Guardiola with this. You're like Jurgen Klopp. Okay, you're changing up your tactics. You're manipulating each game when it comes to these friendlies and stuff like that. But when it comes to the big leagues, or you know what to do, or you already know what to do. All right, but these are some ways you can mess with situationships. All right, so go ahead and be brave.